The NBA Finals getting underway tonight, the long-awaited rematch between the Warriors and the Cavaliers. And as you can tell, I do not have a best bet on this selection. And you know I have had one hell of an NBA postseason with my best bets and my complimentary plays, of which I've won 18 of my last 27. But you also know, if you're a regular follower, I like to 99% of the time take a pass on the series opener, no matter what round of the playoffs, because I like to see how the teams shake out in game number one. Listen, you got a best of 7 series. There's plenty of money to be made in games 2, 3, 4, and who knows, maybe 5, 6, or 7. Game number one to me is the shakeout game, especially when you have a long hiatus between the previous round and tonight's opener, as you did once again here between the end of the Eastern and Western Conference Finals and the NBA Finals opener tonight. And truth be told, I already made my money today, and so did you if you happen to be a client, because earlier today, one of your first games on the baseball card, I had top-rated 15-time winner number 7 out of 8 over the past week and a half with the Cleveland Indians on the run line in an 8-0 home rout. Of the Oakland A's on the run line. 8-0 the Indians rolled. So it was the half-price play of the day. Just like last night's winner of the Nationals on the run line at 3-1 at San Francisco, just like 2 nights ago with Toronto 6-4 at home over Cincinnati. So again, I already pocketed my money for the day. So did you as the half-price play of the day. And that's why I'm in the position tonight, just to sit back, relax, watch the game, and formulate my opinion possibly for game number 2. But of course you benefit because now that means I'm going to break down the game here for all of you for free. Now, if you're looking for a handicapper who's red hot, you might consider Trace Adams, who today has his Raise the Bar 1,500 star winner number 16 out of 20 in the postseason. That's right, 16 out of 20 in the postseason. His most recent one was last Thursday with the Cavaliers in game number 5 with their road blowout of the Celtics in Boston, and he happens to be the half-price play of the day release. Listen, I brought the charity play of the week back yesterday. I hope you took advantage of it and got Brad Wilton's complimentary winner on the Angels and Braves under the total by 5 runs for free. The charity play of the week, for those of you that are newcomers, is something that I started about 5 years ago. And in that time, you and me together have created a community of caregivers that combined has easily contributed well over $300,000 to other people in times of need. Can't be anything better than creating some positive karma. Doesn't guarantee that it'll make you a winner, but you can never have enough positive karma in your life. And today it's time for a quid pro quo. A young woman, a 29-year-old mother of 2, Selena Underwood from Michigan, passed away back on May 16th, left 2 small children. Her family was raising funds to pay for her funeral expenses because how many 29-year-olds have life insurance? She didn't. Family of 2. I already put $250 in, as I always do, and I'm asking you, whether it's $5, whatever, make a contribution. Visa, MasterCard, PayPal accepted. All the details, if you happen to be watching the report here on the video report, available or on the website simply by scrolling down here underneath the video reports. So all the details are over on the page. Let's get to tonight's game. And I'll make this short and sweet for you guys. You know, everybody says, hey, the Warriors got Kevin Durant. They're so much better. Really? Okay, let me ask you this. What has been the Warriors' biggest problem this season? They have absolutely no rim protection. What makes the Cleveland Cavaliers so dynamic? When LeBron James drives to the rim. Who's going to stop him? Kevin Durant? Warriors, again, have no rim protection. What we have seen repeatedly here in the postseason is that when LeBron James is rested, my God, has he been dynamite in game number 1 of every single series against the Pacers, against the Raptors, against the Celtics, because he's playing with young, rested legs. During the regular season, Ty Lue received a lot of criticism because of the big minutes James and Irving and Caleb and Tristan Thompson and J.R. Smith had to play. But because they eliminated the Pacers in 4 games, eliminated the Raptors in 4 games. Yes, took 5 games, 1 extra game to eliminate the Celtics. But because the Cavaliers bought themselves all that extended rest at the end of the regular season, into the first round, into the second round, into the Eastern Conference Finals, into the finals, James and the guys, but especially James, have benefited from that rest. And fresh legs with LeBron James made such a difference. Now, it is true, the Warriors have fresh legs too. And the Warriors are a much healthier team than they were a year ago coming into the conference, into the NBA Finals, especially Steph Curry, who had a myriad of injuries coming into last year's championship series. But let's also remember that Kevin Love is also healthier this year and coming off his best playoff stretch ever while wearing a Cavaliers uniform after that great stretch of games that he had just against the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. Another key contributor, and an unheralded one, I believe, is Tristan Thompson, a guy who, when I rode the Cavaliers repeatedly against the Raptors, repeatedly against the Celtics, Tristan Thompson has really played his ass off here in the postseason, quietly coming up with practically a double-double average throughout the postseason. And his contribution is going to be so vital in this series going against Draymond Green, perhaps defensively as well at times against Kevin Durant. Listen, the last thing the Cavaliers need to do is put LeBron James up against Kevin Durant. I think instead you're going to see a combination of Jared Dudley, you're going to see Richard Jefferson, you're going to see sometimes Tristan Thompson. Again, Thompson also gives the Cavaliers something that the Warriors don't have, rim protection, and also gives the Cavaliers something they need, the ability to rebound the ball. Cavaliers have to rebound the ball effectively in this series. The one problem the Cavaliers have is defense. We saw it throughout the regular season. They're a poor defensive team. They're not going to change their colors overnight. They're not going to change their colors here for this series either. But we saw in the Boston series that when they control the boards, or at least draw even on the boards, that prevents the other team from getting out on the break, right? That's where the Cavaliers are most vulnerable. They have to square off and at least battle to even on the boards. You don't allow the Warriors to get on the break frequently. Now, the Warriors, although don't have a dominant center or anything like that, they're a very good rebounding team because of Durant, because of Draymond Green. Klay Thompson's a decent rebounder from the guard position. You know what I mean? So they're a good rebounding team. But with Love, with James, and with Thompson, the Cavaliers have to have at least draw even on the boards. And they ought to be able to control the boards. And if they do so, that's more offensive rebound opportunities, more second chance opportunities, and more opportunities for them to control the break, meaning they get more fast break opportunities and they limit the number of fast break opportunities the Warriors are going to get. And that is going to be vital in this series, and especially in game number 1. In terms of the Warriors, yeah, they got revenge, they got Durant, but let me ask you this. How good were the Warriors in game number 1 against San Antonio? Yeah, you remember that game? What, fell down by 125 points before that miraculous rally that they only pulled off because Leonard went out for the Spurs? What happened to the Warriors in that game? Doesn't that give you pause? It's enough to make me grab the points with the Cavaliers tonight. And here's another play for you. Listen, you're getting the Cavaliers at 2-1 underdog in the series price, right? The great thing about betting a series price at such a big, overwhelming underdog price is that if you're up like I am for the past 7 weeks, you can afford to make a small wager on the series price because you have the option to bail out if you choose to later on. And it's not a magnificent number that you have to bail out because you're not betting a 2-1 favorite. You're betting a 2-1 underdog. Now, I said weeks ago that I thought the Cleveland Cavaliers could win this series. Am I in the minority or what? Go to Sports Illustrated. You know, if there are 20 pundits making their choice, 18 of them have the Warriors. Some of them have the Warriors winning this damn thing in 4. Most of them have them winning 5. Some of them have it in 6. Just about every national writer, broadcaster, expert has the Warriors winning this series so easily. I just don't think it's going to be that easy. And I have a hard time betting against LeBron James. And you know, I'm no LeBron James fan. I just think right now the Cavaliers are playing so good. I think Kyrie Irving gives the Warriors such matchup problems. He will burn Steph Curry, which means they got to put Klay Thompson on him. Thompson has been missing in action offensively throughout this postseason. Draymond Green, I just think that Tristan Thompson will do a good enough job here. And you got to worry about Draymond Green. He's kept his temper. He's kept his cool throughout the postseason. But you know he is just like a lit fuse, just waiting to be ignited, right? You never know. It's a game-to-game thing. But for game number 1, I think the Cavaliers plus the points. That's the way to go. I wish I was getting more. Listen, the Warriors were a lousy double-digit favorite this season. A single-digit chalk, they were slightly better. but I still like the Cavaliers in game number one. Wish you well, guys. Talk to you again tomorrow when we do this one more time.